I then had to move them because I kept slamming my head on this platform. Next level is a store where they had sushi. I then pressed this button and it did nothing. In this video, I lost control in the game. Will I be able to regain my control, or will I permanently lose it? Well, let's find out by jumping into Edna. Out of sight, out of control. So I started in the first level called Cellars. I can take control of these night-looking statues, which I can use to make them stand over the button. Now I can just jump over here, then I needed to do it again with this guy, and now I can escape. The second level was called the Bailey, where I needed to jump on the heads of these knights. I first had to leave this guy here, then I jumped on their head to get over this wall. After that, I had to get this guy down here, but they fell on my head, so I had to rewind time to get them off of my head. I then had to move them because I kept slamming my head on this platform. I eventually got up here, where I needed to get this dude out of prison so that I could jump on their head. This was somewhat difficult to do, because if I lost sight of the knight, then I can't control it, hence the name of the game. So I had to go down here to see them again, so that I could make them jump to the door, where I then had to press the button to free them. I then jumped on their head so that I could escape this place. Next level is a store where they had sushi. And also, if I sound weird, that's because my throat hurts a bit, and also my nose is stuffy, so just try to ignore it. After a ton of time, I eventually got the knight to go up here. And then I went up here to get the knight, which I kept losing sight of for some reason, which was very annoying. I finally got them to go down here. Also, if you're enjoying this video so far, then leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. Then I had them jump up here using my head so that they could press the button and I could grab the sushi. I then had the knight go back down so that I could jump on their head to escape. The observatory was the next level, where these mirrors were introduced. These mirrors helped me to see the knights, so I used them to get this guy out of prison. Then I had them go up here to open this door. I then had two more levers in front of me, which I had to use to move the mirrors. This one had a small puzzle that I had to solve, which was easy enough to do. Also, sorry if I'm pausing randomly, this script is very confusing to read. I then had to move the knight to the button, then I eventually went to the door. Before I escaped though, I went back to look for the sushi, because I knew that this level had one. I eventually found it above these mirrors, and then I left shortly after that. The fifth level was the gatehouse. I had to use this lever to move the mirror so that I could see the knights. I then moved the knight to press the button. Then I went down here, where I moved the knight again to press this button, but it took a while for me to do it, because I kept losing sight of it for some reason. I eventually got it near the mirror, then I had to move the mirror so that I could see the knight, and so that I could press the button. I then went up here to grab the sushi, but I couldn't reach it. so I had to get a knight up here to grab it. I moved it back down after I got the sushi. Then I got to the chapel. In this level, I had to use a knight to see another knight so that I could press the button. I also had a suspicion that the sushi was over here, but I didn't know how to go through there. I then had a knight go over here to press the button, but then I didn't know how to get up here without a knight. I eventually figured it out and escaped without the sushi, which was sad. I'm now in prison. At this level, I had 2 knights that I could see. Hey, quick announcement. I'm on Tabas and Royal Road now, so if you want to read my comics or just want to read some stories that I wrote, then check them out. I have already posted some stuff on there. Anyways, that's all. Back to the video. I tried to go over here to press the button, but I failed, so I had to rewind again. I eventually got over here and the footage started to lag for some reason. I then pressed this button and it did nothing. I then went to this knight that had 2 buttons. One opened this door, while the other opened the top door, but I couldn't see the knight, so I couldn't release them. I then went further down because I couldn't do anything over here. I couldn't go up to that button, so I had to fall on it. Which was easy enough to do. By this point, I was very confused and didn't know what to do. The only knights that I could reach were stuck in cages, and I couldn't release them, so I had to give up. Anyways, if you want to watch more of my content, then click any of the videos on screen. Anyways, adios.